to episode 8 of the Cooldown podcast. I'm your host, Radical, also known as Brandon Thompson. And then we have...
Kaylin, Miko on Discord.
What an introduction. I'm Living Human. Go by Living Human. That's it. No real name.
Well, okay then. I'm Empty, sometimes known as Empty Regrets, and my name is Tony Libran.
All right. So our first topic is esports in Tokyo. So, this year, 2020, for the 2020 Olympics, Intel will be hosting the Intel World Open, which will be a month or a little bit ahead of the 2020 Olympics, and it'll be Rocket League and Street Fighter V. So, I know it's not directly in the Olympics, but it's a part of it in a way, as it's like hosted by it. So, I was thinking, would you think this would open the door to esports in actual Olympics, like World Olympics?
I mean, it's the closest it's gotten so far, so...
Yeah. I mean, I'd definitely say it's, like, a way to get it closer, but I still think it's a long way away from getting to the actual Olympics. It's nowhere close.
Yeah.
It's like we have to get to the point where the general population sees it as a sport before it can get to that.
Yeah,
point.
that's what I was
Nowhere
thinking.
close.
Because there's a lot of people and whatnot that'll just see it and it's like, oh, video games? That's not a sport. I wouldn't want to watch that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to go see that.
I think it'll always sort of be like the Super Bowl and the Puppy Bowl. Even though they're obviously two very different things.
What is the Puppy
Going
Bowl?
on...
That's what I'm wondering.
What is the
The
Puppy
Puppy
Bowl?
Bowl.
You
What
haven't
is
heard
that?
of the Puppy Bowl?
I haven't.
I
It's
haven't either.
literally a stream during the Super Bowl that just streams puppy videos. Live
What?
Puppy videos.
I
On
didn't know
TV.
I
On
didn't
TV.
know about that. I've never heard of that.
Because
I
it's
mean,
okay.
advertised.
I mean, you also have the Puppy Bowl that's like the night before the Super Bowl as well, where they actually choose a team.
Oh, well, I
There's that
didn't
as well.
actually ever hear of that.
I think that's
I
a
feel like I've heard
I
of
can't
that.
remember who does it
There
though.
was something similar.
I
But
haven't.
basically,
It's
my
never been brought up
analogy was-
anywhere I know of. So
I see them as happening concurrently, but I don't ever see
Okay.
them as being, the esports being.
I could see it
Yeah.
as like an after party type game
Yeah.
system, or like a day before, something like that, or a day after.
Sort of like how the PC game shows the illegitimate child of E3.
Once we get the current generations getting older, though, I can see it becoming an actual part of the Olympics, possibly,
Yeah.
which would be nice.
Yeah.
And I mean, we already have like TV that hosts video games now, because like ESPN would always stream like CS:GO, League of Legends, Madden, 2K, stuff like that.
Overwatch.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Overwatch, so I didn't know
saw
if
it
they
this
did that
weekend
one.
on ESPN.
Oh yeah, they do.
Amazing,
they do Overwatch.
amazing.
Yep.
Yeah.
My mom was like, "What's happening? Is this esport?"
Bro, even the viewers don't know what's happening.
I'm like, "Well,
Um,
there's."
I love the assumption, like when you tell someone about esports and they're not really particularly into gaming, they're like, oh, is that like video game sports, like just Madden and football or something?
Sports ball?
It is.
Football.
Madden is an esport.
It
as
is
the
an
manager,
esport.
and I can say that.
But it's not directly the entire spectrum of esports.
Yeah.
But
So, you go ahead.
the sports game aspect is the one that people can understand better than Overwatch, I would say.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
if you're already a casual fan of a sport, watching an esport of that would be easier than watching stuff like Overwatch or League.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a good way to get people to understand what it is.
And then there's some games that are, easy to watch, like, Rocket League, which is essentially soccer but with cars.
Yeah.
If any of you have any other input on that, you can go ahead and Give it. Otherwise, we'll move on to the next topic.
No, I think that's all.
Alrighty, so next topic, favorite games of the week. So whatever game you've enjoyed playing for this past week, or whatever game you've enjoyed watching, be it Twitch or YouTube or whatnot, give it and tell us about it. Who wants to start? Kaylin's shaking her head for no reason.
Yeah.
Come on, speak up. You first. How about that? You can do it.
I haven't had time to play video games this week.
You haven't had time to play video games. You haven't watched a single stream or anything.
I've watched now.
What have you watched?
Me and Meg were watching someone play Deadly Premonition. Just because I wanted to show her how weird it is.
I've heard of it. What is it about?
It's this PS3, I think, game that came out 2010-ish, 2011, by Swery. It's sort of like a Twin Peaks homage.
Okay. Tony?
Very weird.
Well, you can probably tell what I've been playing or watching based off the
Yeah.
Just has the guitar at the ready.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing mainly Clone Hero.
Yeah, Clone Hero. There's some absolutely insane things people can do these days. That's why I just love the game so much lately. Like, things that shouldn't be humanly possible, like in terms of speed and endurance, are possible. Like, imagine, like, I'm going to demonstrate thrusting your hand down like this, both hands straight for 5 minutes straight without stopping.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I
People
don't
do
know
that.
about that one. I mean, there's Osu where you just spam 2 keys forever.
No, you spam 5 with a strum bar with 2 hands. sometimes.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I mean, Osu does have, what is it? It's like
Osu can get pretty
Osu
crazy.
Mania,
Yeah,
I think it
you're
is, where it's
right.
4 keys instead. And it's kind of like Guitar Hero, but flat. It's more like, what is it? There's one game that's kind of like it. That's
Step Mania?
Step Mania. That's it.
Yeah.
That one's pretty good. What about you, Dylan?
The only game I've even had time to play this week besides playing school is probably Planet Zoo, because beta is out for that. I absolutely love Frontier and everything they do. So, seeing as they're releasing like essentially a new Zoo Tycoon in 2019, worthwhile.
All right. The ones I would say, all I've really had time to play for the past week is Gears 5 and Rainbow Six Siege. Well, and League of Legends. That who doesn't have time to play League?
All you have.
Hour plus long games.
Gears 5, in my opinion, has been pretty dang fun. Like I've enjoyed the hell out of it. Currently, there's actually Esports tournament coming up for Gears 5 as well. Though I will admit, you're required to play on controller for it. I do intend to hopefully find some people at Ole Miss to get on a Gears 5 team. If anybody's interested, please hit me up.
No.
And
That's a call for desperation.
Rainbow Six Siege,
Yeah.
I've been playing it, mostly practicing with the junior varsity team. It's going all right. We currently have a game tonight, so that'll be fun and exciting. Going against University of Minnesota in CR6. Yep. I think it's a best of 3 in Pro League settings, so it'll be each match will be 1st to 6, I believe.
You do remember the Egg Bowl is tomorrow, right?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
What about it? I can't just change the date of the match, sadly, because the other team didn't want to do Thursday, which is a shame.
Oh, Jimmy wants to know if he can play.
Play what?
I'm assuming Gears 5.
Gears 5? Absolutely. If you want to play Gears 5 with me, you can play with me. I don't know if you can play on a team as staff. I don't know about that. But I'm open to people playing Gears with me. I love Gears. I'm enjoying it. They recently added Dave Bautista as a skin for Marcus Phoenix in the game, and they also have the T800 and I think it's old Sarah Connor as a Terminator promotion. Another game I actually have played is MK11. MK11's fun, of course. I haven't played a whole lot of it this week. And they're just releasing Terminator, which is completely Arnold. They released previews for his interactions and his trailer recently, and it's exciting. I'm probably gonna have to get him soon.
But just the mention of Arnold Schwarzenegger makes me want to pick up the game.
Yeah,
just the mention of him.
It's great. The next DLC they're coming out with is going to be no. There's someone else. There's Terminator, Joker, and then Spawn. Spawn's a really exciting one that I can't wait for. But he's going to be released in March, if I remember correctly. And then there was another character that I can't really remember, but we'll get that eventually. I think it was Sindel that was supposed to be the one after Terminator, actually. If I remember correctly. Don't quote me on that.
Jimmy wants to know, what about Borderlands? Personally, I don't play Borderlands because I don't have money.
Yeah, same here. Borderlands 3 looks really exciting, but I don't have the money for it. I'm pretty much saving all my money for Doom Eternal and Modern Warfare. Which, Modern Warfare, I didn't play it this week, of course, because the beta was 2 weeks ago. But the beta was extremely fun. The game is so fluid, and they've finally gotten rid of the old Call of Duty crosshair that has been in every Call of Duty game that I completely despise. And then...
But then they proceeded to try just to completely destroy all of that hype.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
The loot boxes and the exclusivity.
Oh, I don't have a problem with that as long as the game's fun, you know? You don't have to give them money.
Ooh.
But the full game, though?
Because it's not like EA. EA will put out a game that's not fun and then make you pay for stuff to make it fun.
Yeah, it's awful.
But I'm really excited for Modern Warfare.
EA has not locked off an entire mode out of a game to one console only. They haven't done that yet.
Has Modern Warfare done that? Is that what happened?
Yeah.
What game mode?
The survival version, or the survival mode in Spec Ops, is PS4 exclusive for a year.
Okay, I haven't heard about that. I'm just mainly interested in multiplayer and campaign. So,
yeah, but Spec Ops, it's Spec Ops.
Okay, is that like the one that they had in the old Modern Warfare games, where it was mostly bots?
So Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 2 Spec Ops has that campaign. That's going to be in it, and then they also have the Modern Warfare 3 Survival in it.
Okay.
And the Survival is what's exclusive.
I know what you're talking
about. That's pretty cool. And you said it's exclusive to PS4?
Yeah, exclusive to PS4 for a year.
For a year? That's an insanely long time.
The entire lifespan of that game.
Dang, they must have made quite a deal with Sony.
How do you think they finally got Sony to let them have crossplay?
That's fair, yeah.
That's true.
Makes sense. Also, another interesting thing about Modern Warfare, I noticed, when you start up the splash screen, I didn't know they worked on the first Modern Warfare, but High Moon Studios is a part of the Modern Warfare project, and if you're not familiar with that name, they also created the Deadpool video game, and that's pretty much what I am. Really? Say you didn't know that?
No, I did not. No, I saw that logo. I've played the Deadpool game. I just did not put two and two together.
I did immediately because I was like, High Moon. I was like, isn't that the Deadpool creators? I was like, wow.
How did you remember that?
Yeah.
Why would I not remember it? I loved that game. I loved it to death.
And
he broke. I remember they had Nolan North break the fourth wall with High Moon multiple times in it too, talking about the studio and whatnot.
Is there CSS loading for anybody else on their website?
Excuse me?
Their websites.
What website? What are you talking
High
about?
Moons?
High Moon. The thing.
High Moon. Okay, that's what it is.
Okay, so I guess we'll move on to the next topic. The next one is childhood gaming. What did you play when you were younger? And that could be from across any console or any age, preferably before 12. Unless you didn't play games when you were 12 and younger.
I was dead.
Excuse me?
You
Yeah,
weren't
I was
born
born
yet?
at a very young age.
I wasn't born yet. That's.
Yeah, we were all born at a very young age.
I wasn't born until I was 12.
Just pop out of the womb as a 12-year-old. All right.
Get a
I
head
guess I
start
get
on life.
started.
All right.
So, the main game that I remember playing was Shrek 2.
Shrek 2.
I don't know why. Yeah, Shrek.
I remember playing Shrek the Third on Wii.
I played Shrek the Third a little bit too, but Shrek 2, me and my sister would always come home from after like second grade and just play that for like 4 hours straight.
Yeah?
Eventually, I got an Xbox and I started playing like Forza Horizon and Halo. And then I pretty much only played Halo, Call of Duty, and League, and here I am.
Good stuff. All right. Kaylin?
I think my first console was the NES.
All right.
I liked playing a lot of browser games when I was younger, but my brother got an NES just because he wanted to play Mario, so I played a lot of Super Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt and DuckTales, and never got past the first stage of any of them.
Oh, no.
That was terrible.
Oh, no.
They remind me of another one, Battletoads.
Battletoads.
gosh.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
I never got past that second level where you had to like just dodge everything as you were going through,
Yeah.
like a cave or something, if I remember right.
I mean, DuckTales was hard, and like our controller was so old, and it only has 2 buttons, and then the arrow key, the arrows, you know.
Yeah.
So
Wouldn't that be
they would
easier?
get stuck a lot.
Hmm.
No, they'd get stuck a lot because it was so old.
I mean,
It's from
okay.
the 80s.
Okay.
Well, yeah, that's
You
about
got a
20
problem
years
with things
old.
from the 80s?
Yeah, what do
Yeah, for real.
you know, I was born in the 80s.
What year are you?
I'll have you know I was born in 1927.
I was actually born in 2008.
Oh, no.
11 going on 20.
This is going south. Dylan, what
22.
games did you play when
Oh,
you were
22.
Oh,
younger?
God. Okay, so we can start out really early. Let's see. NES, whenever I was like 2, 3 years old. Super Mario Brothers, Duck Hunt. Like, straight up just like Kaylin, but 2 to 3 years old. And then, trying to remember, there's original Xbox game. Oh, Burnout 3.
Ooh, Burnout's
Burnout
fun. I
3
loved
is
Burnout
one of-
Paradise on the 360.
That was
great.
So fun.
probably my first real game that I ever beat.
Okay. Any others like
I mean, once like there was
other
a gap
consoles,
there.
Wii, etc.?
Let's see, like PS2
DS,
was like
etc..
Madden every year,
Yeah.
like from a really young age, and then once I hit like 11, I think 11's whenever MW2 came out. So Modern
Okay.
Warfare 2 is probably what carried me, and then just like that's past 12, which you didn't want to go past. So
For me, I could probably give it in like a whole timeline because I played a lot of video games when I was younger. Of course, like the first console I had was the good old 64. Would play like Mario and stuff like that. Onwards from that, I would mostly play like those little plug and play games, you know, like the goofy little golfing ones that were like $20 and whatnot that you could just plug into the TV directly. And then I think my first console was a PlayStation 2, and I believe most of my games were pretty much racing. And then there was the Shrek kart racing game, which was pretty exciting, you know?
What racing game specifically?
There was one that was like Ford something. It was some Ford racing game. Then there was Tokyo Drift. And then there was another one that was like a bike racing game. It was like Kawasaki or something like that. And then there was some like fighter jet game that I played, and then on to that I got a Wii, and it was mainly a bunch of like Wii Sports and Guinness Book of World Records, and then Shrek the Third. Let me think. What else did I have on Wii?
Yeah, if you don't have a Shrek game.
I'm not sure what else I had on Wii, but then
Gamer.
then I moved to for like a small period I kind of quote unquote moved to PC with browser games, which it was mainly one browser game in particular, Adventure Quest Worlds. If you've ever heard of that, I was addicted to it. I played it like almost every single day, and then. And then once I finally got a 360, that's when I was like really big into gaming. Because then I moved on to, I believe my first game was Gears of War, which is probably not a good first game when you're like 8.
Ooh.
But
My
hey,
first 360 game,
my parent
Grand
got
Theft
it.
Auto.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't play any of the early Grand Theft Autos until I was like 14. So when I got my first 360, it was mainly Gears of War 2, Gears of War 1, and then it was Halo 3, and then Call of Duty Modern Warfare, World at War, Modern Warfare 2, and then like in those days I also joined like a quick scoping clan for Modern Warfare 2.
Jesus. What were
And
they
had the
named?
whole Huh?
What were they named? Were they one of the big ones?
Famous.
We had like 40 people, but we weren't big. We just like posted YouTube videos and montages and stuff. And it was the clan was named MCB. It stands for Major City Boys. It was like
Major
really
City
cheesy.
Boys.
And like half of our names had like the XXs and the numbers and stuff.
Oh.
Like mine was MCB Shadow, and it had like a 4 and a 0 for the A and the O.
X radical XX.
No, there was no X's in any of my names. Thank you. There were numbers, but there were no X's.
I will say that. So that was primarily Modern Warfare 2. For that, was it? Or was it? So something I did just see 30 minutes ago.
And then
before we
Modern
started.
Warfare 3 as well.
I don't know if you're interested. You might be interested in this. The leaked weapons list for Modern Warfare has the intervention.
Oh?
Supposedly the intervention is in the game.
PogChamp? I'm ready for that. I know I was using that like 50 caliber sniper that they have in pretty much every Call of Duty game. That was really fun to quickscope with in the new Modern Warfare. It was exciting. It was pretty much one shot to the body almost every single time, even if you hit him in the leg. It was wild. And the bullet punch on that thing, if you got hit with it like anywhere, oh my god, on like half the guns too. Like aim punch is insane in that game.
But I did remember one other childhood game on the Nintendo DS.
Why?
Nintendogs.
I love Nintendo.
I'm sorry for the difficulties, boys. We have the title of the stream wrong. It didn't update. It didn't update through Streamlabs, so it didn't put it all the way onto Twitch. So I will update that. Excuse me. I said it as the title and everything else, but it's just, Twitch has issues, and sometimes Streamlabs isn't perfect. Okay? So we're going to give it that. Streamlabs is not the best thing in the world. It is great though.
You know what my boss would tell me?
What?
Excuses.
Excuses. You say excuses, but like I did it. Like I didn't expect it to not change.
I mean, obviously you can see on the stream that we're playing League of Legends.
I had to pull it up and refresh it. Come on.
No, we're playing.
Cut me some slack.
We're in a game right now.
See, now it's updated and we are not playing League. If I refresh it, it should be fine.
Should be.
Real quick, I think we should talk about like our first game we played on PC. So for me, I would say the first game I played on PC would be, technically speaking, it was League of Legends because someone on Xbox got me into it for like till I got to level 3 and then I stopped playing it. But when I fully got a PC rig, I would say the first game I played was Gary's Mod, of all things. What about you guys?
I'll start. My first one was actually Minecraft version 1.2.5. So remember, there was a huge wait between that version and 1.3. And yeah, I think that was the official release, or maybe even the snapshots. Because I remember that it was just a long wait. So that was the Emerald and Ender Chest update, I think. Maybe with what are they called? Extreme Hills, or whatever their name is. Yeah, that was my first.
All right, Kaylin.
If we're not going off of browsers, mine was probably some like free MMO.
Let's try non-browser.
Yeah, so it would be some kind of free
MMO. Okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of free MMO, I think the only ones for that I played was, of course, the browser, AQ Worlds. And then free, I would say Terra, I believe. And then I can't remember the other one, but oh well. Dylan, what about you?
I'm sorry, I just had a cat throw up in the floor.
Oh no!
Interesting.
Well, I guess give us your answer and then clean it up.
Yep. Quick answer would be some type of like kids game, like that came in those like big ass boxes.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I had one of those demo discs that was for Nickelodeon games that my grandma gave me when I was like 5 or something. And it had like a Jimmy Neutron and a SpongeBob SquarePants game on it.
I remember I played like one of those disc games and it was like one of those like 100 games in one, and there was like rip-offs of everything, like Atari games and Frogger, but it was like not those. It was completely different, but it's like the same game type. That was definitely interesting. I know I played a lot of like Windows Pinball on like I think it was Microsoft or like Windows XP. I played a ton of that.
I had a Vista, so
that was fun.
Vista, so yeah.
Yeah, I think all you had was Minesweeper and Solitaire.
Oh no.
I do still have Elf Bowling.
Elf Bowling?
Yes.
What is that?
It's this very old, crude game that was made in like the 90s.
Okay.
And my parents loved it, so they had it on the computer, and I've just saved it on my computer and moved it over ever since. But it's just a bowling game where you're playing as Santa and his elves went on strike, so now they're being his pinballs.
Okay. That sounds so weird, but okay.
What am I referring to?
That's a very dark concept.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like that.
I don't think I do either.
Like you don't see guts or anything, but I think you see blood.
What? You don't see guts, but you see blood. That's even more dark. I mean, I can't say much. I played Gears of War when I was like 8, so...
They go, elf bowling, and then you strike them down.
That's brutal! Dear Lord!
Apparently they made a movie off it, too.
What?
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 I don't know if I want to hear about this.
Yeah.
I definitely don't know if I want to
I've
see
never seen the
it.
movie. I've only seen like a review of it, just because it was like, what the hell is this?
Okay.
What were the
Okay.
reviews like?
Review like 1% on Rotten Tomatoes. Or 0. Probably 0.
Probably.
Unless there's a troll critic out there.
Literally all of it is filler.
Let's look it up.
If there's even a Rotten Tomatoes score.
Movie.
I mean, there's gotta be. They have them for like.
It has a 1.8. out of 10 on IMDb.
That is ridiculous. Who would ever rate that higher? But that's user reviews.
Its
Who gave
budget
it a
was
2?
$6.5 million.
What?
How much did it make?
Excuse me.
I'm going to Rotten Tomatoes.
Excuse
right
me.
now.
No, that should be illegal. $6 million into Santa
sadly, there is
bowling
no
into
judge
elves?
score. There is no judge score on Rotten Tomatoes, but there is a 24% for audiences.
That's better than,
Oh, no.
that's better than Suicide Squad.
Is it really?
Most likely.
Oh,
Probably
no.
is, yeah.
Let's see. Let's
There's some kind of elf bowling pins.
I wonder if Birdemic has higher than that.
Birdemic?
Birdemic.
Sounds
It was a
horrible.
really bad movie with a very high, ridiculously high budget.
It
That was
probably
like
does.
birds that were just like, it was like GIFs put over the movie practically
It
of
has
just
a
birds flying and just
26%.
fake blood, like
It has a 26%.
like
Birdemic?
movie maker animation. Birdemic.
Birdemic.
Suicide Squad has a 59%.
Birdemic has a
Excuse me,
19%. Yeah.
It did
And a
not
1.8 on
have
IMDb as well. What has
Wow.
a what did you say, Kaylin?
Suicide
has-
Squad.
Has a what?
59%.
59%. I wouldn't give it that.
it
They
did
turned
not
they
have
turned
59%
Jared
when
Leto
it
into
came
a
out.
gangster. I wouldn't give it that. Gangster Joker, that ain't it, Chief.
Speaking of Joker,
What about Joker?
have any of you seen the new one yet?
No, I'm
It
waiting
came
to
out
see it.
last night, didn't it?
Yeah, it came out last night.
Yeah,
I want to see it. But...
I'll watch it eventually, but not yet. That's for sure. I've only heard good things though, but I don't want any spoilers. You know.
What is
What?
what is that?
What is what?
Movie cover.
Look at,
I'm
look
gonna
at the
post
chat
the
we're
names
in.
real quick.
What?
What is that?
What is what? What are you guys talking about? I'm not opening the chat because I have the Discord thing open.
Hold on.
I'll mess
yeah,
up the
that's right.
stream, Goofy.
Okay, I'll
Well,
link it on the
that's your
stream.
own damn fault.
Let me
You're
see.
gonna link it on the stream? I can open it on
Yeah.
mobile, actually.
Okay, then yeah, just go on there. So I gotta.
What in the world is that? Okay, so
That's what I was
$6 million.
The game
No.
looks like the game looks very 90s.
That's so bad.
bad.
So if you haven't seen the cover, please look up Elf Bowling the movie. Dear Lord,
Now,
that's
let me
terrifying.
I'll show you what the game looks like.
Excuse me?
What the game looks like. Did I stutter?
I'm not sure I want to
Oh,
see, man.
thank you, then.
Okay, then don't ask me again.
That is very.
That's
80s.
pretty 90s. Yeah.
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 That's pretty.
That's pretty
much what
standard.
you-
It's totally
It doesn't
bowling
actually look
without-
as bad as I thought it would.
Yeah.
So, real question here: what's that frog in the middle?
Oh, that's it's just a frog that jumps across, and if you hit it, it splats.
That's
Yeah,
so
that's
cruel. That's so cruel.
Oh, and there's also
No.
a deer. Wait. There's also a deer, and if you hit it, it kills it. But you don't get any points for these because
Why
it's
is
bowling,
this so
you know.
dark?
Why are they even doing
What?
Why is there a frog in the North
Someone
Pole?
had to code that.
Lord.
Someone had to draw that.
I don't.
As you see the deer with like its guts out, and
Also,
Are
why
those
do the elves
nooses?
look demonic in that second one?
Bro, I think those are nooses.
Yeah.
I don't. That's enough
How is
internet.
this-
That's enough internet for the
How
rest
is
of my
this-
life.
90s games are crazy.
and
Yeah.
this is
Yeah, they are.
this is the loading screen.
I
They
thought
just
that
have
was the more
color
sensitive
coloring.
time to video games. Dear Lord.
That's okay. That looks okay. That's
It's
interesting.
super 90s.
Yeah.
Oh no. Okay, so next topic I think is good.
Graphic design is my passion.
Yeah. Dear Lord. Okay, so VENN, VENN. It is a new network that ESPN is coming out with, also known as the Video Game Entertainment and News Network. It will be 24/7 hour programming of esports, competitive gaming, gaming news, and such like that. I I don't know when it's going to start. I don't know too much about it other than the title and the what's going to be played on it, of course. But it does open a discussion to, do you guys think there will be any other channels like this or more TV programming with video games or whatnot?
No, next question.
Oh, come
I
on.
like to think there would be, but ESPN's already had CS:GO
leading the
and
charge.
Overwatch up for a
Yeah.
long time.
Yeah.
And there's been like no other developments in TV.
I just want to.
That's true.
TV is dying.
I
Yeah, that's
googled
it.
VIN, and the only link to a website looks like a church in New Zealand.
Excuse me, I don't think it's just going to be on a website. There's news articles. And
No,
stuff.
in general, there's no news articles listed when you Google. There's just nothing.
Look up ESPN, Ben. Because I think if you
I
just
can't-
search Ben, it's going to find things with acronyms.
Alright,
Okay. What, Tony? What are you doing?
I'm just
What are you
searching
doing?
Van ESPN. Yeah, if you
Yeah,
search
okay,
Van
so-
ESPN, you get it.
Yeah, stuff actually does.
Okay. Okay, good.
Just don't search VIN by itself.
But I mean, it's a good way to introduce audiences that, don't have a computer or don't play video games as of yet and would be interested in it. And it would also open the door to older people that also just watch TV
Mm.
and become a little more sensitized to video games and not judging their children all the time for playing them.
Yeah.
They'll see that there's a world's major with like a jackpot of like $1 million+ and
They're gonna see
wow,
CS:GO
my kid's
and
gonna
be
do
like-
that one day.
They're gonna see CS:GO and be like, "I just watched somebody actually die."
Don't you do
Why
that? Don't
are
you
you
see that on
afraid?
like any channel? Or just about? Except maybe TLC.
No, definitely TLC.
No, definitely.
Yeah, definitely TS.
Yeah,
That's
there's
where the
people
most
that eat
downloads
like
are.
concrete and stuff. I'm pretty sure they're probably not alive anymore.
Well, not,
Sheetrock and
they're alive in
20
spirit, I'll tell you
Cokes a
that.
day.
In spirit. Yeah, they got a massive following, I bet. I'm sure.
They got massive something.
Dear Lord. Okay, so next topic.
Oh.
I will go over the org promo. This is the sellout time. Alright, boys, so tomorrow, biggest event ever of the year, best thing ever. You better go to it, or if you have a car, you should go to it. That would be much advised. Or if not, you can pay like $100 to Uber there.
Or we can.
Tomorrow is the Egg Bowl, the Esports Egg Bowl, hosted at Mississippi State University. It is Ole Miss versus MSU, of course. 7 games, which will be CS:GO, Rocket League, League of Legends, Rainbow Six Siege, Smash. I can't
Call of
think.
Duty. I think you forgot
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty, yeah.
How did you forget COD?
That's 6. What am I missing?
I don't know. I'll be
I
honest.
don't remember what you listed.
I'm gonna get so
Hold
much
on,
flack
hold
for
on,
missing
hold
a
on,
game.
hold on.
Smash,
In the
COD, CS:GO, Rocket League, Rainbow Six Siege. Did I say Smash? Fuck.
Hold on, hold on.
Smash
I'll look it up. Alright.
How many people does it take to count 7?
4? It takes 4 of us. If you didn't know
I
that.
can't find it. It's nowhere.
You can't find it. Oh
Where's the schedule?
no! Alright, alright.
Hayes posted the link to the
Dear
Twitter
Lord.
post
Wait,
that-
Overwatch?
that
yeah, there's
states-
Twitter.
Overwatch! Oh my god! I couldn't think of Overwatch! No!
None of us could. Oh my
Oh,
god.
that's ridiculous. I play a ton of Overwatch and I couldn't think of it. Why? Overwatch isn't a game anymore. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, sorry.
No.
I think we're gonna sweep Overwatch at MSU. Don't worry, guys. Yeah.
No.
I think we're gonna sweep their entire I think we're gonna sweep all of their teams this year. We've got amazing rosters this semester. Tryouts went quite well. So aside from the Egg Bowl, which is tomorrow, October 5th, doors open at 10 a.m. Yes, first game
CS:GO
being
starts at
CS:GO at 11. Yes.
And opening remarks are at 10:30.
Yes. And then it should go on till about 9, or no. The
10.
games should end at about
remarks.
8, if I
The
remember
ending
correctly.
remarks are at 8:15.
Yeah, okay.
Or the closing remarks.
And then we also have streams every week, Monday through Wednesday, on this channel, of course, which will be just various people that decide to stream through the week. It can be any game, it could be a talk show, whatever they decide to do for that week. Then we have clothing in the Union Bookstore on campus. If you're interested in getting a t-shirt, which is gray, and then a shirt, a long sleeve shirt like this one, which is dark gray, blackish. You can get it at the bookstore. There's also a sweatshirt, and I believe that's all they have at the bookstore. I think that's about it. And then follow us on our socials. Scroll down on Twitch, and you'll see Discord, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Follow us everywhere. Get updates on streams, news, events, whatnot. And we're good to go. And now we're on to the Twitter Q&A, which, since we tried to do a stream a couple weeks ago, we are going to use the Q&A from then. So let us get started. And I believe all of the questions are from our very own Tony. Which is actually hilarious. Every single question, 4 questions, all from Tony. That's wonderful. All right, so at empty_regrets asks, a lot of professional gamers have health issues stemming from posture issues or overuse, most notably wrist and lower back issues. Do you think a stretching routine or a weight-based routine using dumbbells or barbells should be more heavily implemented as a part of esports programs? I will say, in terms of wrist, you will have issues with like carpal tunnel and things like that if you move your mouse in, let's say, FPS games or pretty much any game really. If you move your mouse solely by your wrist, it is recommended to use your entire arm mainly, or at least your forearm, when moving the mouse rather than just your wrist with the whole claw grip and everything. Dumbbells and barbells, I will say, are actually bad on your wrists, but I mean, it is, of course, good for you to exercise and get fit, which most gamers don't do.
Yeah.
And then lower back and posture issues, I would definitely say stretching would be a good way to handle that. And then, aside from that, if you're sitting in a computer all day for, like, let's say 5 hours, you're, of course, going to have some issues if you're just sitting down in the same position for that long period of time. I would recommend taking breaks between like 2 or 3 games, of course. Just walk around for a minute, do something. And stretches, of course, will be good for your back. I personally have some back pain every once in a while. I'll lay down in bed and my back hurts because I was just sitting in my chair for like 8 hours straight. God. So, I mean, of course, get some stretches in, which I don't follow that rule, but it is a good idea to do. If any of you guys have any other input on that, you can go ahead and say some things.
Get up and move.
The move?
That's it.
The
I said get up and move.
Get up and move? Okay.
I mean, I've had days where I've sat here for like 10 hours without.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah, it is. But, I mean,
in the words of Tony the Tiger, get out and play an hour a day.
like, hold on, you guys are telling me you don't take the recommended 10-minute break every hour of video games?
Excuse me?
Your eyes, they should just be complete. You should just be blind.
Are you telling me you don't use amber-colored glasses when you look at a screen during the day? I can't believe you. You aren't real gamers if you don't do this.
You don't use Gunner brand glasses?
Hey man, I'm too poor for that. I just get some cheap $10 amber shade glasses off of Amazon. Not sponsored by Amazon or Tony the Tiger.
One thing I will say about barbell and dumbbell routines, they do help a lot with lower back issues if they're done correctly. And that's the hardest part to get going. Because, like, I'll be honest, I had lower back issues like crazy, but ever since I started going to the gym and using like doing deadlifts, well, mostly deadlifts, actually about it. It has helped my back a lot.
Yeah.
Because like focusing on other areas that don't get a lot of I guess work in when you're gaming, like your lats and your upper back, that's not going to get a lot of work in playing video games, most likely.
Yeah.
But working out can get it you with like dumbbells and barbells, can get you a lot more work there, and in a way, like I guess just bring up the overall health of your back, which in turn will help bring up the lower back health. I hope I'm not making that up. I really hope I'm not.
I mean, if you experience it, it could be true. I would recommend people to try it themselves because exercising is always a good thing, even though it's a thing that most people don't want to do because everyone's lazy, like myself included. Any other input? Otherwise, I'll move on to the next question. No? Okay.
Go on.
Empty _ regrets as.
I don't think you need to say that.
No, it's for impact.
Oh,
or OM for club tags and why?
no.
So, I will say the majority vote, at least among executive council and staff. The main vote is which is, University of Mississippi, and whereas most of us have been using consistently for the past year or two, depending on how long you've been here, has been mainly OM, and some weirdos use OME, but we don't talk about those guys. I would say I think we're moving on to using consistently. It's just the matter of making the switch in all of the varsity and junior varsity games for everyone changing to that. But currently there are a few people that do still have OM at the moment. And why, I would say just because I guess looks better to some people. And it seems more official since we're officially not Ole Miss, we're officially the University of Mississippi. So I guess it's better to go by that, which does make sense. What do you guys think? Which one do you prefer, or OM? I prefer OM, but the point stands, and I accept it.
Just 'cause of the look,
okay.
Honestly, that's it.
Dylan, Kalen?
Yeah, I mean, Ole Miss is what we know the school as.
Yeah.
I don't know the school is the University of Mississippi.
Yeah.
I didn't for until middle. Like I was in middle school before I realized that Ole Miss and the University of Mississippi were the same school.
What?
Like I knew, because I knew that Ole Miss was either Mississippi State or the University of Mississippi, but
okay.
I never knew which one it was.
Okay.
Because everyone just calls it Ole Miss.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, it's one of them.
I've been watching Ole Miss football since I was 3 years old, so I sort of kind of knew, but
okay.
So I don't have that same experience, but
wait, which one do you prefer, Caleb?
I guess OM.
Okay.
I don't really understand why it's such a big deal.
So 3-1, Tony, but UM's the official one.
All right, but I asked the questions. That gives me another vote, right? Yeah, I get 2
No,
votes.
No, you don't get any votes.
Lose,
Staff gets all the votes.
Wait,
we get 1 and they get 100.
Yeah, that's how it's skewed
per person.
Or if we want to comment on something, we can comment on how we get 0 votes and some random board of people get to choose our chancellors.
Yeah.
Oh no! We aren't going to bring that up on the stream. We are not going to bring that up on the stream.
Yeah,
that's not going to happen. Let's not get into a heated debate and then chat goes crazy too. We don't need that. We don't need none of that. Oh dear Lord.
So what is this at empty _ regrets next question?
I was getting onto it before you said that. I was about to read it. Thank you very much.
I know. I was
Kaylin.
segueing for you.
Empty _ regrets asks, what franchise do you wish could release a new game For me, it's Halo, so Sergio knows where I stand. Emote big physics. So Tony pretty much answered his own question in his tweet. So for me, I would say, which franchise would release a new game? You guys answer first, because this will take me a minute. Unless it'll take you guys a minute too.
If you say Madden, I'm gonna get so mad, Dylan. I'm gonna.
Just every year.
I've got two of them.
Okay.
One of them, NCAA football.
Okay.
I want that to come back.
Okay.
I want that back really badly. It's not Madden.
Yeah.
And two, Bully.
Bully. Okay.
Still having the leaks for it. Still getting the hopes up, but that's the one I really want another game of.
So as soon as I thought of the game, it was like, that's it. It's a very niche game, kind of, sort of. I think it was only on Xbox 360, possibly. Midnight Club Los Angeles. That was absolutely my favorite game on the planet. It was made by Rockstar, and they need, without a doubt, to make a sequel. Every time there's a GTA update or a Red Dead update that they put on Twitter or whatnot, everyone's like, give me a Midnight Club sequel, please. Because it was just so phenomenal. And the multiplayer for it was insane. It was pretty much open world, like an MMO, but you were driving cars. I loved it so much.
I remember
That's
playing
also
that.
that's a franchise I would love to see come back. They're never gonna do it again though.
No.
I want them
That's
to.
one
They're
of my
just
10
soaking
years.
money out of GTA and
the crazy
Red Dead,
thing is
though.
how
They
Rock-
still released
Midnight-
DLC for GTA 5. It's ridiculous.
Midnight Club was still
because
one
it's
of their
printing
biggest
money.
franchises, was it not? Was it not their
think
second
it
biggest
was.
franchise behind GTA?
It was very big. So many
Because
people
I
loved it.
remember,
It genuinely has a cult following.
'Cause, I mean, I genuinely remember playing Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition Remix. Absolutely love that game.
All right. I loved Los Angeles so
LA
much.
was a lot of fun too.
Burnout Paradise was also a really good one of mine. I would like them to make another Burnout game. That would
It's
be
never
great.
coming. The developers don't exist anymore. EA decided that they didn't need to exist.
Dang.
So if they did it, it'd have to be under another name.
Yeah,
as
they
okay.
third party.
Okay.
They did. There is actually, I can't remember the name of the studio, but they've released 2 games that are like Burnout 3. They don't have
Okay.
their physics yet, but the crash mode and stuff, it has crash mode in races like Burnout 3 did. It's just called different names.
I know there's another game. It's I don't think it's Forza, but there's one where the crashes are essentially the same, and then there's a rewind function. I can't remember what.
That's
it was
Forza
now.
Horizon.
Forza. Was it Forza? Okay.
Yeah, it's not Forza Motorsports though. It's Forza Horizon. That was one of those
Okay.
arcadey style games.
I couldn't remember which one.
It's either
it
that or
was.
F1.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't Formula One. I was driving a
Yeah, I
muscle
didn't
car
think so.
when I played it.
I'm pretty sure it was Forza Horizon. I'm
Okay.
90% sure.
It might be.
I know what you're
Have you
talking
guys ever played Driver San Francisco?
Yes.
about. Yeah.
A lot of
well,
fun.
That
think I
was
played it.
such
I
a
know I played it.
phenomenal concept for a game. It was a little buggy, of course, but there was so much detail into it, where you could just switch to any person and immediately be inside of any car in the game. It's, that would be a great game to make another sequel to, but it likely will be in development hell and never happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Kaylin?
No clue.
No clue.
I
You've
just
had
want
this
another
much time to
Uncharted
think.
game, okay?
Another Uncharted? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Okay,
don't care
that's
if
fair.
it's Nathan or if it's Chloe and Nadine. I just want another one.
I want a Shadow of the Colossus remake. That would be cool.
Mm.
I don't think I can think of any other games that I want one. Tony, do you know of
Spyro.
any? Well, that. They did the Spyro remasters. Have you played those?
No, I haven't. I just remember Spyro being super fun back
Yeah.
in the Nintendo 64.
You should check out the remasters. They're really well done.
Ooh,
if I remember correctly, it was 3 games. What games that so Halo already has a release incoming, of course, Halo Infinite.
Yep.
So are there any games that don't have any known releases upcoming that you want a sequel to?
Need for Speed Most Wanted remastered.
Okay. I would
No,
take
not
that.
Most Wanted.
Well, what would you take as a
Underground 2,
sequel?
Underground 2, that's the one.
What would you take
I
as a
would
sequel?
love and Need for Speed Underground 3.
Okay, that'd be nice.
Yeah, because I remember Underground 2. Was it 2? I might be misremembering.
Is there not another Need for Speed game coming out this year though? Or
It
was
is.
that
Don't they
last
I don't
release
think a
one,
Need
like,
for
every
Speed
2 or
game has
3
been
years?
good since like 2010. So
I remember
last
the
good one
Need
was
for
Most
Speed.
Wanted.
I remember Most Wanted was fun.
yeah,
Most Wanted, and like I remember loving Hot Pursuit too.
yeah,
on the
I have
original
that.
Xbox.
Yeah, Hot Pursuit was really good, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's all I got right now that I can think of.
I can't really seem to think of any either. But
I guess Guitar Hero.
Guitar Hero, yeah. Give us
there's no
an
real
actual
reason that'll-
PC port.
Yeah, I
How
mean they have a
about that?
GH3 PC version.
They do? Okay.
Yeah, that's been out since like 2015.
I didn't know about that. Okay.
Wait,
Yeah,
they released one? Yeah.
it's old
So
now. but-
do the
and
developers
it's-
still exist then?
for
of Guitar
GH3?
Hero?
Isn't it?
No, but
Isn't it
Hero,
like Neversoft or something?
yeah, it's Neversoft. There hasn't been a new Guitar Hero game since 2015 with Guitar Hero Live.
Speaking of
Game
Neversoft,
Four,
I want
Wait,
another Tony Hawk game.
Hold on.
Yes.
Ubisoft is the one who owns the last developer who made Guitar Hero? That's
What?
interesting. Because Guitar Hero is listed as developers Freestyle Games 2015 through 2017, and that's a Ubisoft company now.
Okay. So they may
So
never make
maybe
one
it's a-
again.
Yeah, it may be a Ubisoft product now.
Or Ubisoft may be in the works of a really good one. Who knows?
Oh,
Or a really bad
Speaking
one.
of which, there's a third franchise, Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell.
Oh, yes! I would so take a sequel to that.
I mean, that got. I saw a leak about that it's coming out next. supposedly.
Oh, I would hope so. They did just come out with Breakpoint, though, so I don't know if they're going to give something that fast. I would like that, but I wouldn't
Let's see what
expect
Reddit
it.
says.
So we also have another question, aside from Twitter, in chat, from MSU Gerard. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Score prediction for the Egg Bowl. I personally think we're going to win every single game, except for one that I think is probably skewed. Who knows we'll win this one. I think we're going to win every single one except for possibly Overwatch. But we do have some new people for Overwatch, and I haven't seen some of them play. So I'm looking forward to that. But Rocket League, I'm pretty sure we're gonna win. So at the least, I expect us to get 4 games.
Nope, we have lost some.
Tony is disconnected, and now the stream is ruined because it is now not aligned with the overlay, and I'm going to cry. Tony, why would you do this?
He said his laptop died.
died.
Oh my God, he didn't charge
Oh,
it.
there we go.
There we go.
Okay.
Yay!
Okay. Hey,
Said I had,
You
like, 30
ruined the
minutes
stream
left.
for like 10
No,
seconds.
easy.
How could you?
I said I had like 30 minutes left on my charge, so I thought I was
Well,
like,
why did you?
Died.
why-
But as I was saying, the least score I think we will get for this Egg Bowl, we have been doing some phenomenal work this season. I think the least we'll get is a 4-2-3 is my expectation. But who knows? Maybe MSU is going to bring some heat this time on their own turf. But I think we should take it on your turf this time and not break the trophy.
I'm gonna vote
Alright.
4-3.
4-3?
yeah, I think
Okay.
4-3 as well.
I'm not gonna say which
Rocket
side
League,
will
without
be
a doubt,
for,
I'm
which
pretty
will be
sure we're
three,
going to
or-
win.
Also
CSGO, I'm
Rocket
pretty
League.
sure we have
Better win.
significantly better people for CSGO this semester. Siege, I know we have a pretty good lineup. I'm not going to say any names, of course, looking at you, MSU. And that's pretty much all I know for there.
So, Brandon, what I was going to mention, the Splinter Cell leak was a GameStop post for physical night vision goggles. that stated that for the first time since the introduction of Splinter Cell in 2002, after 9 top-selling titles and with the 10th release on the horizon, was the official description that got changed less than a day after it was
on the horizon, huh?
Yeah. On the horizon's what they said. And also,
I'm ready for that. I would take some Splinter Cell.
Interesting, Red Dead Redemption 2 is supposedly going to be on PC during the holiday this
Oh,
this
yeah,
year.
it comes November 5th, I believe.
Yeah,
that's what I've been hearing.
Which I think is also like the release date for Doom Eternal. Or I think Doom Eternal is November 12th. I can't remember dates. I'm bad with that. But yeah, Red Dead's coming in November, and I think it's coming to Steam in December. Whereas I think it'll be through Rockstar Launcher or whatever it is, or Epic.
Now.
Yeah, they have their own launcher.
Them releasing their own launcher sort of indicated that.
That they're gonna delay a release everywhere else. Shame.
I mean,
shame.
Hey, at least it's not some Borderlands 3 6-month crap.
So. Yeah. Fair. Okay, so last question here. At empty_regrets asks, which OME teams are you most excited to see how they do without giving player names? For me, it's Lee. I'll let you say these ones yourself instead of read off the rest of your tweet. Okay?
I don't remember the teams.
Oh my god. Okay, I'll read off your tweet. Maybe you have a different opinion since 2 weeks.
Maybe, yeah.
But okay, so you said for me it's League, Rocket League, Call of Duty, but kind of interested in Overwatch 2. I see a lot of potential, but a few of the teams have a lot of expectations too, especially Call of Duty and Rocket League. Without a doubt, Call of Duty is going to sweep you, State. Get ready.
Yeah. No question.
No questions asked. You're going to take the L. Unless you somehow show up with Humber players.
Our kryptonite.
Exactly. Canadians. How dare they?
You walk in and you hear like a Canadian accent, and they're just like...
You just hear someone speaking in French. Oh no, they've arrived.
Sorry about that.
Our kryptonite.
Sorry about that.
Me personally, I'm really looking forward to Call of Duty, Rocket League, and CSGO and Siege. CSGO I'm really looking forward to because I know we have a way better lineup than we did last year. And a consistent team this time, because last year the team barely ever met and did anything ever, and people always made excuses and never practiced with each other. This time we actually have people that are becoming dedicated to a team, and they're pretty high ranked. I'm not gonna spoil anything for you State people out there.
One?
Absolutely, they're all Silver 1. Get ready to be crushed by Silver Squad. That's
Silver
absolutely what's going to happen.
Silver's the best.
Yeah. Rushing to give every round.
So it makes it the best.
Yeah. They all play on Smurfs just to throw you guys off. So, what about you, Dylan and Caleb?
I don't know.
You gotta be excited for at least one, if you're even
least
going
COD,
to Egg Bowl.
Yeah.
At least COD. That's what a lot of us blew out our voices last year.
True.
Cheering about. That was fun.
True. Okay.
Yeah.
Screaming hottie toddy when they finally got the
All right. So, no one's asked any more questions in chat, and that's pretty much all there was on Twitter. So, I believe we are going to wrap it up. Thank you all for tuning in to episode 8 of the Cooldown podcast. Hope you have a great night and a great weekend, and show up to the Egg Bowl tomorrow. Peace.